Firearms stand next in importance to the Constitution itself. A pack of jackasses led by a lion is superior to a pack of lions led by a jackass. Be Americans. Let there be no sectionalism, no north, south, east or west. You are all dependent on one another and should be one in union. In one word, be a nation. Be Americans, and be true to yourselves. But if the laws are to be so trampled upon with impunity, and a minority is to dictate to the majority, there is an end put at one stroke to republican government, and nothing but anarchy. Do not let anyone claim tribute of American patriotism. If they even attempt to. However, political parties may now and then answer popular ends. They are likely in the course of time and things to become potent engines, by which cunning, ambitious, and unprincipled men will be enabled to subvert the power of the people and to usurp for themselves the reins of government, destroying afterwards the very engines which have lifted them to unjust dominion. George Washington. Truth will ultimately prevail, where there is pains taken to bring it to light. Make sure you are doing what God wants you to do, then do it with all your strength. Worry is the interest paid by those who borrow trouble. The Constitution is the guide, which I never will abandon. Where are our men of abilities? Why do they not come forth to save their country? Be courteous to all, but intimate with few, and let those few be well tried before you give them your confidence. Happiness depends more upon the internal frame of a person's own mind than on the externals in the world. I am sure that never was a people who had more reason to acknowledge a divine interposition in their affairs than those of the United States, and I should be pained to believe that they have forgotten that agency, which was so often manifested during our revolution, or that they failed to consider the omnipotence of that God who is alone able to protect them. But if the laws are to be so trampled upon with impunity, and a minority is to dictate to the majority, there is an end put at one stroke to republican government, and nothing but anarchy and confusion is to be expected thereafter. I had always hoped that this land might become a safe and agreeable asylum to the virtuous and persecuted part of mankind, to whatever nation they might belong. What is most important of this grand experiment, the United States? Not the election of the first president but the election of its second president. The peaceful transition of power is what will separate this country from every other country in the world. Guard against the impostures of pretended patriotism. I hope I shall possess firmness and virtue enough to maintain what I consider the most enviable of all titles, the character of an honest man. The bosom of America is open to receive, not only the opulent and respectable stranger, but the oppressed and persecuted, of all nations and religions, whom we shall welcome to a participation of all our rights and privileges. While we are zealously performing the duties of good citizens and soldiers, we certainly ought not to be inattentive to the higher duties of religion. To the distinguished character of patriot, it should be our highest glory to add the more distinguished character of Christian. My mother was the most beautiful woman I ever saw. All I am I owe to my mother. I attribute all my success in life to the moral, intellectual and physical education I received from her. I am principled against selling Negroes, as you would do cattle at a market. Occupants of public offices love power, and are prone to abuse it.